All right. February 21st, 2023. This is Diehard Gamer Radio, episode 115.
You are approaching the target of attack. Your mission starts now. Are you ready? Okay, the countdown begins. 3, 2, 1, go!
This is Diehard Gamer Radio, the source for off-mainstream video game news and topics.
Let's party!
Just a couple more shots.
Go for broke!
You are now approaching the target.
You don't
Are
have
you
to.
ready?
You
Good
don't
shot! Just one more to go.
Bring us up the
There
bomb.
was more than
Oh,
one.
wow.
There was more than one
Oh,
podcast episode where it took Murdock 4 or 5 times to get through the intro.
Well, now I'm a professional.
It only takes them 2 to 3 times now.
That
Well, you can edit out all the
probably-
bullshit.
it's
Just
more.
call me
So it'd be
one
only
big
like 2
Bartlett.
seconds long. I edited out all the bullshit.
I
The
think
podcast is over.
I think it's
Okay.
more the case that we're out of practice being disruptive assholes, is what it is.
Just call me
Yeah.
one take Bartlett.
Well, welcome back to Diehard
That's-
Gamer Radio.
That's what old Jack Warner used to call me.
One take Bartlett. Where the fuck is she?
Who?
Damn it.
She who?
Oh, I
She's
need to
playing a
finish-
game while she's on this.
Please
I-
stop.
So I see
No.
we've
You should mute
maintained our
yourself.
professionalism.
Well, I mean, I got the game muted, so who the fuck cares, right? No.
Well,
Oh, she's
thank
still
you
the
so
fuck
much.
over there.
At least she's not
Fucking-
playing Conan Exiles. Get in the
Where's-
fucking wheel of pain, bitch!
So,
I was just talking to the game. Never mind.
so Mike, I need to ask you a question about Conan before we
It's
start.
pretty badass. It's a really
I
sweet
gotta
game.
pick that up. Is that the MMO?
It's not an MMO. You can play it single player, or it's really easily like you can run your own server and have a bunch of friends play on it. But it's not an MMO in like the sense where you're stuck playing on their servers with their rules.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
So
I
like-
just play single player. I don't play multiplayer. Fuck that.
So my understanding with Conan is that like everyone's naked, right?
There are nudity settings, so if you don't want to see boobies and Buddha and schlongs,
Why? Why? What?
why would you not want to see that? I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's an
Well,
option
my,
for you.
My question is about the schlongs.
normal.
Is RTX enabled so you can get the ray tracing off them?
You can. I
He wants
know
the
that
full
you can.
berries.
He wants the full berry swish.
I think he was looking for the glistening.
Oh no, glistening. Unfortunately,
I
like
do
you know,
enjoy
full-
glistening on good abs.
Glossy
Oh,
balls. The days are gone.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
not
so-
really. Everyone's really muscular though. Like you're turned out into the world like a starving idiot, but you still have like really awesome pecs. I've never seen anything like it. I'm like, wow, I'm like Jesus on the cross up here. But now, oh, look at how built I am.
Well, I see we're in fine form that we haven't even started the podcast and we're already
Oh,
talking nonsense.
Well, oh,
Do we
okay,
ever
item
not
one.
talk nonsense?
Item
Sure.
1, Murdock. Item 1.
Well, okay. Well, thank you so much for listening to Diehard Gamer Radio. I should
Dude,
probably do
you
these-
were the one that didn't send out an agenda, so it's a free for all.
There's an
No,
agenda.
there's an agenda.
I
Yeah.
saw
Is
it. I
there an
just didn't
It's on
really.
game. It's on,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, it was on Facebook.
So
Okay.
with
Yeah,
me,
my
What's
phone
the
right
agenda?
now.
What the fuck's the agenda?
all right.
Well, why
That
don't you
would
shut the
require
fuck
me
up
to
and then
be
we can
on-
figure it
that
out?
Requires some of us to have logged into
I have
Facebook
Pepsi.
this year.
Okay.
I
So
do
with
every
me,
so
we
often.
have Brian, Mike, Roger, Emily, and Steve. Roger and Emily run Naniware.
Hi.
Naniware.
Hello.
Was it naniware.org?
No, naughtyware.com.
Okay.
We're not a non-profit.
.gov.
Okay.
You can still be
.gov.
an org and not be a nonprofit.
.co.jp. So
.ru.
Oh dear, you're forgetting I'm
On
here too.
XXX.
the what now?
You're forgetting I'm here too.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm gonna introduce you. Just give me a little bit. And with me is my lovely wife, Lynn.
Special guest star.
Special guest star and introducing. All
Miss
right.
Quarter weighing in at 125 pounds.
I haven't weighed 125 since middle school.
Hey.
Do you weigh less than that now?
So I weigh a lot more.
That was
I'm a
smooth.
foot and a half shorter.
So I see
gotta
that
lose weight.
12 years later, we're still the same bunch of idiots we were before.
No,
And you
Why
were
we call 'em
expecting.
to it?
Well,
I mean,
Tiger never changed its stripes.
war never changes either, I'm told.
I don't know. I changed a few things.
well,
Like what?
yes, a few. But we are better, more rounded individuals.
Well, definitely rounded.
yeah. If by
Kind of,
rounded
yeah.
you mean getting a little fat, yeah,
trying to-
that's definitely true.
I'm trying to become less rounded.
I see.
I've lost 10 pounds in the last year, so yay.
Oh, that's awesome.
And how did you accomplish this, Emily?
Holding your breath.
Eating a lot less.
Oh, okay. And
Feasting on air.
well, Brian's always been skinny.
Oh, I gained some weight during the vid. I was up to
Well-
190, so
Well, he's a married man now,
190.
so
Yeah.
Oh,
heaviest
no.
I've ever been.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, there's been a pandemic since the last episode.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
We've
think there's
gone
been a lot
through
of
like
things.
3 presidents since the last episode.
True.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I think Obama was still the president, so
Yeah, we were talking about like Obama had like ads in like what was it, Burnout or something like that.
Burnout.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
like a racing game where they had dynamic ads, and Obama was like,
Yeah, it's either
Yeah.
that or
I haven't. That's funny though. I haven't seen dynamic ads recently, or maybe I'm just not playing.
I
the right
haven't
game.
either.
one of the
now
other
that you
racing
mention it.
series does do dynamic ads once in a while. I can't think of it. It's one of the big 3. It's not Xbox's Forza. It's the other one. They've got
People lost their shit
30
over it and
games
it kind
out.
of disappeared.
well, yeah.
I mean, I don't give a shit. I don't buy any of that crap anyway, so they can spend all the money they want. I'm going to zip right past the stupid billboard they paid for in a video game.
Well, I mean, at the very least, it'd be useful if they showed me advertisements for things I would be interested in.
Well, they never do that. I mean,
That's the
seriously.
ads I want to see. I
It's
wanna see the
between
stuff
that and the fact of unless it was a free-to-play game in the first place, if I paid for the game, please don't treat me like a captive audience. I paid good money for this.
Yeah, well, you
I
are a
expect to be
captive
the
audience.
customer.
So.
I
Yeah,
expect to
but
be
they
the
keep wanting to
customer,
make
not the
more and more
product.
money.
I think it
Well,
was
That
Need
just
for
means they
Speed.
can
that.
slap you because you're a customer.
That's where
Oh,
Need for
I've
Speed
already-
did
this is-
dynamic
I spent good
ads.
marketing money on you, smack.
So, Steve,
Yep.
what are you interested in?
Oh, a lot of things.
Would you like to share them?
No, not
Share
really.
it with the group.
I
Not
like
really.
girls and guns and soda pop and video games.
That sounds like the subtitle for the next Borderlands game.
No,
That would be a good selling line for the next
Yeah,
Borderlands game.
girls and
if
guns and
Borderlands was
soda pop.
actually a decent game, that would be cool, but it's kind of
I've
boring.
heard it's fun.
I did not enjoy it. I thought it was overhyped and stupid.
It's
Huh.
a little repetitive, but
Tell
it is
us,
fun.
Yeah.
Tell us what you really think.
Well,
Well,
haven't a lot of games gotten really repetitive?
well, yes, because we're just now getting smack dab into a AAA gaming crash that no one wants to talk about.
It's
Like
time
we're
for another one.
desperately trying to. We planned all these live service games. Now that live service games are crashing and burning, we have to desperately try and hammer this live service game into a single player game, and it's failing miserably.
Are they
So-
doing that bad?
I'm sorry.
I said, are they doing that bad? I didn't think they were doing that bad.
Live service game, yeah, they're dying by the dozens.
Well, a lot of people just aren't staying home for that stuff. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
that
I can
is
get to
true
go
as
out,
well.
and they're basically going up and
Mhm.
gorging themselves on that now.
Yeah. Well, I'm gorging themselves on real life. I mean,
Yes. Well,
I can think of worse
Oh,
things to
no.
do.
the last
real
game
life
that I
sucks.
recall spending my money on, Power Wash Simulator.
that's actually supposed to be an amazing game, but it's not a live service game, and nor is it a AAA game. And that's kind of
Pretty
my
much.
point: is that it's an amazing single player game that the sort of game people would like to play. It's not $70, and so people are playing those kind of games and not Forspoken, for example.
Well, I heard Forspoken was awful.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. I was desperately trying to find someone who actually enjoyed the game so I could like watch someone enjoying the game, see if I wanted to play it, and I could find absolutely no one. Like there's usually you can find some people that enjoy something, not this one. It was like, oh my god, for $70.
You gotta go
dude.
on. You gotta go
Huh?
on Twitch. There's people playing on Twitch.
Oh really? Are they just
Yeah.
mocking the game forwards and backwards, or are they actually enjoying it?
Are they doing like MST style?
If they're
Yeah, right. Like I can't
they're-
believe she just fucking said that.
if they're playing it, then typically not.
Well,
I don't know.
it's
I've
kind-
seen some
There's a
people
lot
hate
of Twitch
playing.
people hate play.
Yeah, a
Hate
surprising number
play.
of people hate play. Someone that I've been in contact
Yeah,
with
I
on
don't really
Twitch is
watch those
actually
people.
she willingly plays Kusoge.
Kuso
Plays
game?
what?
shit games.
Shit games.
Kuso games.
Kuso game. I'm not familiar.
That sounds awful. Why would you ever play that?
I did it for a month.
What?
Playing
Kuso
girl
is
games?
Japanese for shit.
Oh, wow. There's scat games then.
No,
Well, it
it's
would be
awful
Japan.
video
There probably
games.
are.
they're,
but-
they're bad. Well, there's probably
Oh,
scat
bad-
games.
Shit games as though they're like really shitty games.
Just
Not
crappy
like,
games. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
okay. I was
yeah,
like,
not
scat
games where shit is the subject.
Well,
I don't know,
the
toilet
way it was
games.
phrased to me is that was an easy
No.
thing to misinterpret.
Okay.
See, at least with
Well, I'm
shit
watching,
game,
sure that the Venn diagram of shitty games and shit-based games is there is probably an overlap between those two.
Yeah, hefty overlap. I
Equal-based
bet.
gaming.
It's not just
Oh my
shit
God.
games though. Like there's big name games.
Well,
out there
now
that
that
are
we've
going to
covered,
shit
you know,
too.
what's happened in the last 12 years thoroughly.
We
But
pretty
there's
much
even-
have, yeah.
There's big company games that have gone to shit too. Like I was looking forward to Wild Hearts because it's Koei Tecmo and it just 5 years
Shit
of
that bad.
development and they still couldn't optimize the game properly. And it
Oh
looks
my
like
God.
crap.
Was
I
it?
just-
Did you play a PC port or a console port or?
Yeah, I was on the PC. I was gonna buy it on Steam, but yeah, it's sad they couldn't correct the optimization on there. They've had 5 years to work on this.
That is like a huge problem with PC gaming when you have like a console original and they just cannot get it optimized.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you're
that's
You
like, oh
can't
my
do it on
God.
That's
PC.
an
It's just gonna
old
fail on the
problem.
consoles.
So
Well,
anyway,
yeah, like you would imagine that after 5 years, but hey, you know, you
this
gotta
company's
release it
had-
now.
Yeah, this company's got a huge number of games behind it that are, well, not a huge number, but a couple of games I should say that are really well done. Like Neo was amazing, and they're not really, stretching very far from the prior games. This isn't, anything new for them. So I don't know where they went wrong, but it's horrible.
so back to the topic. We were talking about what happened in the last 12 years.
We did.
But yeah,
We're done.
basically some of
The
us got
more
married.
things change, the more things stay the same.
Well, I've been married now for what?
War never
8 years?
changes. What?
Pasty, you're married, right?
It's
No,
all about you, Murdock.
no. Why would I be married? That's wow.
I don't know. Being married is pretty good. I enjoy it.
No, it isn't.
It's a lot of
It's
fun.
pretty awesome.
Well,
I mean,
Emily,
you're, there's
you and Roger have been married for what? Almost 20 years? 20?
20. Roger, how long has it been? I forget.
I think it's been 23 years.
It's been about 22. Yeah, I think it's been about 22.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because our
417
anniversary is coming
years.
up in March. That's right.
So 22 years, that's what's the Ramune anniversary? What's
It is the
Fucking
Ramune
fire.
anniversary.
Well,
It's
The
the,
21 was the drinking anniversary, so you know.
it's the cubic zirconia anniversary.
Oh,
I don't fucking know. I don't pay attention to that shit.
okay. All right. So since the
500
la-
megabyte marriage.
The 500 megabyte marriage. Oh, and at 40 years, it's the 1 gigabyte marriage.
Mhm.
Ah,
Oh, okay. All right. Well, glad we sorted that out.
Okay, so
But
like
we're-
everyone's married and now they're boring and everything.
Yeah, even more importantly, I'm the wife that doesn't keep him from buying his video games.
That is pretty sweet, I have to admit. Although on Steam now you could just buy them and it doesn't matter. Like there's no evidence that you bought them.
Well,
like,
yeah, if you have a joint
box.
bank account, there is evidence.
That's
Well,
why you
why
use a
would
Yeah,
credit card.
exactly.
Yeah, I have a credit card in my name, so I can do what I want.
Yeah, every so often I just
But you're
double-
not married, buddy.
Well, yeah,
so
but
often
I
I
would
do
still have
double
one.
check to make sure that a purchase I see is something that he has legitimately done himself.
Oh,
Let's see, if you both buy a lot of things frequently, then you can't tell who's buying
it is
what.
true. This is starting to sound like just Stockholm syndrome all around.
So-
What? People have issues.
Or just make sure you buy
Seriously.
one for them, one for you, one for them, one for you.
There you go,
Exactly.
dude. Or just put money on your spouse's Steam account, and then this like then you buy something and then you put money on their Steam account. They'll just be like, they won't know what the fuck happened. You'd be like, yeah, baby, I got you.
Or you just say, hey, I want to buy this game. And they're like, okay, cool.
No, that's not the way it works.
That's
Wait,
not
wait.
the way it works.
Yes, tell us married people how it
Oh,
works.
oh,
I
speaking of
will.
which, Pentiment is on sale. I was thinking of picking that up.
That's supposed to be an amazing game.
It-
That's
it
supposed to be
is. It's-
really sweet.
Bye.
I
Yeah.
really liked. I'm just kind of like I bought like a game already this paycheck, and I try and limit it to one game a paycheck.
By the way, I'd like to remind our listeners that
This is
Diehard
completely
Gamer Radio,
unedited.
yeah, Diehard Gamer Radio does offer marriage counseling service.
Oh, that we do. Yes,
Oh,
we've
that's
been doing
brilliant.
it steady since well the last episode I was in, and we offered marriage counseling services.
Well, yeah,
like,
you
um,
offered marriage counseling services with a
Yes.
$5 gift certificate to the Hot Topic.
That is true, and it due to inflation, it has increased to a $10 hot topic.
Okay.
Oh.
Say-
Actually, you
sit-
probably should get that for like Spencer's Gifts or something like that, because they've
Does
got all the
Spencer's
fun
even
stuff in the
exist still?
back. Oh
I
yeah.
Oh
think
yeah,
so.
we were just at the mall the other day. It does still exist.
That's the only
The
place
mall
that
still
exists. Is a
exists?
few
I
rare
could
The
probably
mall
be-
also still exists.
I could probably be coerced into accepting a Spencer's gift certificate. I mean, you know, this is a
They
barter
still have
system.
vibrators.
Wait, what?
Wow. Okay.
Oh, sometimes
They-
it's amusing to go into Spencer's just to see what sort of decorative tat you can buy that will annoy your visitors.
Yeah.
Or
pretty
your
much.
Annoy the
spouse.
guests.
Well,
The,
the vibrators at Spencer's probably are full of like melamine or something like that. 'cause
Oh, I'm
Oh
sure
yeah,
they
because
are.
it's like
in
toxic
Shanghai
Chinese crap.
somewhere,
Yeah.
and- yeah.
There
full of
was a
asbestos.
T-shirt at Spencer's that I saw that said, "Everything I know about sex I learned in the back of Spencer's Gifts."
Ooh.
Oh,
Like in the
oh,
changing
that's
room.
meta.
That'd
That's
be
seriously meta.
That'd be
Back in the
unfortunate.
changing room, I learned all about sex.
It was during inventory, so this-
like Empire Records there.
Yeah, yeah.
Empire Records open till midnight.
so since the last episode, there's a couple topics we want to talk about, but since the last episode, but the
Wait, we have topics.
yes,
We have
do.
topics.
Yeah, so since the last episode, we have the rise of digital distribution, which is
It's pretty
awesome.
sweet. Yeah.
It is.
Unless Steam goes out of business, and then I'll be not so pumped about it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm like 50-50 there. I still like physical media because you just know you still have the game no matter what happens down the road. But
Yeah,
with
that'd be
Steam,
nice,
you can't do that, so that's the other side of it.
I
Yeah,
just dug up my DVD of what was that? Hellstorm London or whatever that game was.
Hellgate.
Oh Jesus.
Hellgate London. Yeah, it's super great.
Do
with
you
no-
have that?
I do have
Yeah.
that.
What's funny is I was just listening to the Diehard Gamer Radio episode, Steve was playing Hellgate London. And,
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I
That's
liked
weird.
Hellgate London.
It was a fun game, but I don't know if you could still play it.
You can't.
Apparently a South Korean group took it over and fucked it all up. So
Oh well, what else is new?
sad.
Yeah.
It's available on Steam.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
since-
no, the only one that's available on Steam is the bad South Korean version, not the
T3
good one.
Entertainment. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't they have taken over all of the servers and everything?
No, it's like
Yeah,
a
that's why
totally,
you can't play the game anymore.
Yeah, I will need to take a look and make sure I still have access to my copy of Pirates.
Oh wow, I just bought that for like $1.
Yeah, I bought
That's
it
the-
on Steam too to have it a little easier to get to, but I still have an optical drive. So I can
You have
still
a
take the
drive?
shit off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
I have a
computers you
Blu-ray
can put a
drive.
drive in them, and then you can put media in the drive, and then it
Physical
reads it.
media irrelevant. I'm going to
Oh.
be playing the role of crew cop for the evening. Physical media irrelevant.
Is that necessary? Or really?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't.
okay.
I
Yeah,
disagree.
print is
So-
dead.
So what do you guys, I mean, what do you guys think of any of the other distribution services?
What,
Outside
Wish they
of-
were better. I wish they were better. And I did
Yeah.
lose some games to some smaller services that decided to go Tango Uniform and took my games with them. They weren't huge
Wow.
games, nor did I spend a lot of money on them, but I was like, well, thanks.
I think the smart services are knowing, or they're being more calculated about
You mean
it
the
now. Like,
small
even-
services or the smart services?
Well, like Epic Games has their own thing, but they also connect to Steam in some regards. So I think
Well,
they're
so
trying
does
to
the
hedge
EA
their
one.
bets.
yeah, I mean, I just wish they were better. Like
yeah.
the only reason I'm interested in Epic at all is because Return to Moria is going to be an Epic exclusive, at least for a short
Yeah,
time. And
that's the downside is they have to. That's how they're keeping people is I think through a lot of those exclusives because there's no other way to force somebody to come to your site if you can go buy the game on Steam.
other than that, because Epic Games gives out free games like
that's the
Yeah.
only reason I have an
weekly.
Epic Games
Yeah,
account.
I
Yeah, pretty
haven't
much.
bothered with.
I have to
that
be
side.
honest. I just don't even care about Epic except for the free game, and I have so many of them that I just never play because I'm like, wow, I still have this game like I never played it because it's like, well, I never played it. It's like
I
stupid.
played 4 out of probably the 30 I've got.
I
on
know,
there, but
right? It's
they're
like
always there for someday.
Yeah,
Well-
when I'm
well-
when I'm old and gray and Epic no longer exists, like
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, Pasty, someday you'll get around to what, Prison Tycoon 10?
Prison Tycoon. You know,
Space
I-
Tycoon.
I haven't actually played Prison Tycoon. I don't know. It seems weird that I wouldn't have played that game, but
And
because I
then,
do enjoy bullying pixel people, you know.
And then since last episode, we had the free-to-play and games as a service, which I'm
Yeah, well, we already covered
not a
that.
big fan of service. Games as a
Well,
service.
neither is anyone else, as it turns
No.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I deal with that every day at my job, and it's like, no,
You play games on your job? That's
no.
cool.
I work at a print shop. We deal with Adobe.
Oh,
No.
oh, so you get
No.
to pay a monthly service for software you just used to be able to own?
Yes,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
There's a reason why I don't use Adobe anymore.
Yep.
I don't have it at home.
And then we have the rise of streaming and Let's Plays, which does anyone like watch Let's Plays or anything like that?
What are those?
I sometimes
I
do
do.
if I want to know about a game. I don't like if it's like a 3-hour-long video. I'm not interested. Like I don't have
Let's-
3 hours to fucking
Let's plays are how I learned about Minecraft.
sex. Oh, Minecraft.
Ouch. I have
There's not
not.
a Let's Play about sex is called porn, Pasty.
Oh, that's right. X videos is the Let's Play. It's not like
The closest we've gotten here
Okay,
to
I
watching a Let's
understand.
Play has been for learning board games.
that-
Okay.
because oh wow, because then you can like see someone playing it and learn the rules perhaps
How
quicker
do you
than
look those up? Are they like through YouTube or is it built into the games like in Steam?
Yeah. So yeah, so
Hey, go
some
on.
some
Good.
games have like a QR code. You just scan the code and
Oh,
it takes
okay.
you to a YouTube video of how to play.
Hmm, yeah, I haven't
that's
done that.
actually pretty
Interesting.
cool.
Yeah, that
Welcome
is
to the
pretty smart.
future.
Yeah, I guess like it's
I
just
I watch Let's Plays of games that I'm interested in, but I would never get around to playing. And so
I've done it when
interested
I've
in
gotten
Somewhere, but like
oh yeah,
for
when I've gotten stuck
example,
in a game. Yeah, that's a good point.
like I watch I've watched a bunch of 7 Days to Die Let's Plays because I never
Why
end
wouldn't
up
you get
having
around?
enough time. Because
It-
you know
it
I've
is a
played
time
one
sink.
game.
That game is a time
and
sink
That's about it. So
because you're just
Yeah.
like, oh wow, it's 5 a.m. and I need to go to work now. Like holy.
yeah,
fuck.
it's kind of like Sins of a Solar Empire. Like
Yeah, oh
so-
yeah.
Yeah, I
Sorta
think
Monday
the
and suddenly
only
it's
one that I've been watching
battery
there's only one I'm really watching any Let's Plays with, so to speak, and that's one of the Twitch streamers who several years ago she was on. It was what, a community you were a part of, dear?
Yeah.
And she was like, "Hey, I'm going to be in Denver. Who wants to see me? Who wants to have me stop by their house?"
Stop
Yep.
by their house.
What?
Yeah.
Home delivery.
No,
I don't think I would enjoy strangers coming over to my house to do a let's play.
no.
Well, she didn't
You do all the
that.
time there.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah,
Well, it's not. It's
I'm
you gotta
going
do
in with no audio or no video.
that sounds like a great pickup line. A let's play.
Hey, let's do a let's play in my room. Panties
But-
optional.
Yeah, and it'll be like just like Twitch, so I have to wait for the ads.
God.
Yeah, I don't spend a whole lot of time on Twitch. The only time I'm really ever on Twitch is when a friend is streaming. So I just
Yeah, same
get
here.
on their
I don't
shit.
really hop
Because
on
it's like I
items.
just don't. It's like the hours and hours and hours, and they sit there and they're like, it's like, oh my god, I'm so bored now. Or I'll see a game I want, and I was like, oh, now I want to play this game, and I turn them off and go play the game. It's like,
And then we've
I'm
had
gonna
the
go to Epic
advent.
and play one of my mini games.
yeah, right. I spent money on these games. Oh, I could watch somebody else play the game.
And then
I
we have the
don't.
rise of cross-platform play, which
I don't like multiplayer. I think most people suck, so that's kind of not really an interest to me.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I'll have to pass on that.
so
Brian, what do you think about
Platform
multiplayer?
plays sounds kinky.
Pass. Emily, what do you think about multiplayer? Hurry, come on. Too slow.
I don't like
Steve.
It's good with friends.
It is way better.
that
with
is
friends.
about it. It's good with
Yeah.
friends, and otherwise people are garbage.
Yeah,
I do
because it's
multiplayer
just
on
like
Destiny
yeah.
all the time.
Yay,
I'm
I
sorry,
can
Steve. You were
get
very
yelled at
very faint there.
by some
Said I do-
12-year-old doing ethnic slurs.
Oh,
Ethnic
that's
slurs?
true. Yeah, I can
Ethnic
catch up
slurs.
on my racial and ethnic slurs.
I do multiplayer on Destiny all the time, and it works great.
Do people like call you bad names?
No,
Do you get or there's no audio on Destiny, is there?
there is if you want to.
Oh, do you play with audio?
No.
Oh, so
That's
That
why.
we
they
solved the
might be
problem.
screaming racial epithets at you and you would never know.
Could be.
It really depends on the game too, because
Yeah, I agree
I think most
wholeheartedly.
games environments
Well,
are
like-
toxic, but
Destiny is mostly PvE.
Oh, so it's
So-
much more cooperative than like
Yeah.
say Call of Duty.
There is a PvP thing, but nobody takes it seriously because Bungie doesn't take it seriously.
Oh.
So,
It's almost like you have to have a checkbox labeled PvP in your multiplayer game, and they just check the box and move on.
yeah, kind of
Oh,
like that. Yeah.
So, and then since the last episode, we've had accessibility and acceptance of gaming as mainstream, which would you
Yeah,
say?
that is true. Absolutely. Next question.
Oh,
I'm just just tell me to shut the fuck up. Like,
Well, when you can spend your 5 minutes in line playing a game on your phone, it's kind of hard to ignore the fact of, most people just play video games.
yeah.
yeah, and it's you got to think
Yes.
about how easy it is to play some games now too with the Steam Deck out. It's brought a
Mhm.
whole new level to portability too,
Right.
and you can take it with you.
by the way, do any of you have a Steam Deck?
I
wish.
don't yet. I'm planning on getting one though.
I tried like portable gaming and it just never really got into it. I found that I would be playing games and then I had friends around and it's like, oh, hold on, I'm playing a game. It's like, that's just like, ugh. Like I usually for me, video gaming is something is kind of solitary, or like I'm playing online with friends who are also online. Like if I'm out and about, then it's not really useful to me and I'm not playing a game. If I'm at home, then I don't need a portable one. My desktop PC is right here, so it's kind of I don't know. I can see why some people would really enjoy it, but I'm just not among them.
So, Raj, M, do you guys have any interest in a Steam Deck?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, especially if we start traveling again, it'd be nice because, hotels don't exactly have game consoles in them. And I'm not exactly going to take my PC with me.
Yeah,
These are
that's
portable
kinda
PCs
cumbersome.
too. You could use them for other things. It's not just gaming only. So they're
And
they're
I
so
don't-
built up.
Brian's using English, what sounds like English like words, but I don't understand what he's saying. It's like bebop, doobla, blah, blah, blah. PC, not for game. What does that mean? I don't even understand.
So
I'm
Raj,
sorry. I just
Raj,
don't
I've got a
understand.
question for you. With accessibility, and it's been 12 years, has things gotten easier for you as far as accessibility? Because I know there were games that you couldn't play because of your left-handedness, but
Oh
now
yeah, it's disability.
well, it's
My mutation.
Yes.
It's
You
not
know-
a mutant power like X-Men.
Well, it's just because the people who raised him didn't bind his left hand behind his back and make him right with his right hand, and now he's a cripple. But I'm
No,
sorry,
it's not.
Along with binding his feet and
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
bind his feet so he has the nice.
I'm not
sexy,
Chinese,
small
dude.
feet.
No.
The nice, sexy little
What did the
small
Koreans do?
feet and the fucking right-handedness.
And here we go.
But
I've already used the
thing
term
is-
cripple. I haven't called anyone a retard yet, but
Oh,
that's
thanks. Okay,
What?
so go ahead, Raj.
yeah,
please-
it's
I'm
just
sorry.
no, it's because I mean I switched from console gaming to PC gaming, so all of a sudden things are not a problem
a
unless
whole new
you have
world.
a game that you can't
rebind the keys.
rebind the keys. So
Well, didn't you used to have like issues with motion sickness as well as Emily did, or was that
no,
just Emily?
no,
Because
No,
that's
I-
interesting that she was able to get. I'm kind of glad that she was able to get around that because that must have sucked. Like, I can't play Skyrim because I'm
It's still certain games, isn't it?
gonna heft. Well,
It depends upon the game. So, I mean, it's really heavily dependent on the game. It also depends upon just the screen. Like Roger's trying to show me his what am I doing? His mod the other day, and I just couldn't.
oh,
Yeah, I think a
Watch
lot
that
of
at
it's
all.
changed too because the screen, everything is so much smoother now than it used to be. We were, looking at the first things like the original Doom. Things were so juddy and so pixelized that it was hitting your face and you were seeing this. It was much more prevalent, but now everything's so smooth. It's just like when
no,
you're
the
walking and
smooth
when you're looking.
actually is worse for her.
really?
It's I can't. It's like any kind of smooth panning like that, like you see in movies all the time. It's a mess. I can't look at it.
Oh,
So
that's
I
interesting.
prefer it when it's juddery.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
why
okay.
I like being able to control the camera. So I was playing, Mass Effect the other day, and the camera is tied
fixed. Is it?
to it's fixed to the shoulder, which kind of makes my brain go wonky.
Yeah. third person.
Oh, huh.
Thankfully, it's not too much of a big screen, but it's a little rough.
Some of
Yeah,
the newer
people were
games
very
coming out, too.
scoldy for you during Mass Effect. They were very scoldy.
Well, it's not a
You
lot.
should have done this. And blah, 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 blah. Chat was just full of hate. And I'm
It
like,
was
that,
mean.
especially that monkey guy. That monkey guy was terrible.
the monkey guy.
I try not to do the screaming at the screen, going, "Hand me that controller. Here's how you do it." I try not to do that to people.
She needed a little help.
I
Well,
do need help.
You had never
That's-
played a game like that before. If I'm like the closest
Well,
I was trying to think
there
about this
was-
the other day. It's
There,
like,
there was some of that, but there was also a factor of she wanted to kill things quickly, and so
Uh-huh.
she was ignoring the dialogue that the characters were telling her what to do.
Oh,
oh,
Mass
She was
Effect
pulling
is
a
not-
walker.
Oh,
Yeah, Mass
Well,
Effect
you-
is not a murder hobo game.
It definitely is not.
No.
Rucker Hauer characters.
no, it's just a different murder hobo. All right, our next news item: Jumpgate Evolution has been canceled.
refresh my memory as to Jumpgate Evolution, what that was.
Exactly.
I'm trying to be nice about
I don't
this.
even remember.
Please,
what it was.
please.
What
Yeah, I
about
don't
Huxley?
remember. It's kind of
No,
like this hazy
Huxley's
thing.
next, Pasty.
I vaguely remember Huxley just because there was an author named Huxley who did this book that was like 1984 but different.
Yeah,
Brave
so
New World.
Yes.
Huxley was supposed to release right along. What was Garrett's? Tabula
Ultima
Rasa.
Online.
Tabula Rasa.
Tabby. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, why did you bring that up? Because that was an excellent game, and now I'm sad.
I really enjoyed Tabula Rasa for the 6 months that it was online.
It was. It needed an update,
I
not a
forgot
cancellation.
about
Those
that.
motherfuckers, and then they wait until he fucking shoots himself up on some Russian goddamn space capsule so he can look down on his hometown from orbit. Then they go, oh well, he's gone now. We can shut off his fucking game.
Did they really do that?
Yes, they
Yes.
did.
Absolutely
That's
did.
hilarious.
Yeah,
He
Lord
spent like
British went into
$22 million
space.
to go up into space, like fucking what's his face, Captain Kirk did. But instead of being filled with dread, he was all happy, and then he come back to come back home that they had turned off his game because they were like cowards.
So
I guess.
Jumpgate Evolution was scheduled for 2009 release, and
Wait,
got shut down.
it's later than that now, isn't it?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
A lot
it is
later.
past 2009.
Yeah.
It's past
We have
2009.
gone past there. Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but I
That's
thought
what I
I'd close this news item because Jumpgate Evolution came up so much in the podcast. And speaking of which,
Can you describe what the game was supposed to be?
was a sequel to Jumpgate.
Thanks. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Google will save me when the dumbasses at Diehard Gamer Radio won't. Oh, here we go. By Codemasters, development in that MMO RPG Twitch-based style combat. Blah blah blah. Oh, it looks like a fucking MMO.
Big words.
All right.
Didn't Codemasters go the way of places like Mad Catz, just kind of collapsed and no one knows what happened?
Let me see.
It was basically a
As
space
they're an
MMO.
Electronic Arts subsidiary, apparently.
What?
They've been acquired by Take-Two as a buy-off offer valued at 700.
Well, this is very interesting. Let's go on to the
million
next
pounds.
news topic.
What are you doing? What are you doing
was
researching?
ready to approve the deal.
So you want to know
That's the
something?
first rule of Diehard Gamer
like-
Radio.
You know, it's
No
something
research.
like on that same sort of topic. You know, the physical media publishing arm of TV Guide was sold to private equity for $1.
What?
Nice. Nice.
So we
$1.
need a tax
I
write-off.
didn't even know they had one.
They don't anymore.
Well,
Yeah, they got. So
it's
who will
always
be
$1
Times Man of the
poorer.
Year now?
So
No, it's TV Guide, not
Oh, TV
Time.
Guide. What did I think Time? Because
I don't
I'm
know.
fucking deaf and I don't listen to people.
No, yeah.
Probably.
Fucking idiot. I'm a
Having a-
retard, maybe.
having a
stop
stroke.
it.
There it is.
Oh, is that the? I was told that was actually called the hard R, which I was
Okay.
like, "There's nothing hard about it. You could just say it, retard."
Okay.
I
Next
got
topic.
yelled at that once at a job. It was hilarious.
you
This
called-
guy's like,
You called
It's
someone
'cause
a
I
retard and
quoted-
they were mad at you.
yeah, well, no, it's 'cause
That's
I
retarded.
quoted
That's-
something about Mary. And
Mary.
one of the attorneys I worked with was like, you should never use that word, blah, 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 blah. It's very offensive to some people, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yo, Whitey McWhite, do not tell me what is and is not offensive. And I'm quoting from a freaking film, ya killjoy. And it was-
Whitey McWhite?
Yep. It's
Yeah.
it's a real epithet. You can look it up on the
It's like
Google.
cousin of Bodie McBoatface.
Yep.
So next
It's like
up-
caw McCaucasian.
I gotta start using that. I can make Roger a t-shirt that says that.
Caw
Maca-
Caucasian.
Caucasian.
that sounds like the character for a children's television show next on
Crow.
PBS.
Yeah. The
Next
albino
on
crow.
KKK Nightly.
No, don't no. Next
Oh
up.
my god.
Okay.
Like
I did
Wall
warn
Street
you,
Week.
Lynn.
Yes, you did. You warned me full well. And I
Next
went
up,
in anyway.
What was she warned? What was she warned about?
I warned about the political incorrectness. This is
Oh
Podcast
yeah,
you know,
I'm not.
We've got
I'm-
nothing, but there's no politics involved here. It's
Oh.
just
Yeah, I'm a
incorrect.
ditch digger. I don't know what you expect from me.
It's not politically incorrect. It's just incorrect.
okay. So
No,
next up.
some people are retards. That is a correct statement.
Okay, thanks. Okay, next up, Huxley canceled.
Okay, now I'm gonna look up Huxley.
Oh
now.
God.
Because I can't remember what the hell this thing is.
So the MMO
I remember
Huxley
we talked
game
about
was canceled around
Huxley
2010.
It keeps
The
trying to
Korean
tell me to
server
a book here.
closed.
Oh, Huxley video game. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of weird characters like, oh, it's Korean.
Well,
Multiplayer first-person shooter computer game with persistent
see,
player
Pacey's
characters.
ruined the podcast by doing research.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm not really, no. Oh,
No.
it's just an MMO. Oh, who cares? Another MMO dies. Who cares?
Okay. All right. So
It's like
next
when,
up,
never mind.
yeah.
I almost said something really offensive.
Well, what's
never too
stopping you
late.
now?
Well, I was gonna say it's almost
I
like when
stop
hobos die, no
now.
one really cares.
Wait, what?
Uh,
Filling in for Krukov is
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Proof.
Gotta have one somebody.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. So you were saying Huxley canceled.
Yep. So next up, care or don't care are.
Don't care.
Hey, how do you know what it is yet?
Don't care.
Just say because I might care.
Okay.
I care.
It's that line from Star Wars.
Yeah,
I care. Ow.
All right.
Hey,
So
we
let's-
learned today,
Only
speaking of that, we learned that the incoming
we?
artillery rocket attacks for Ukraine, they have a little smartphone app, and the smartphone app, when it gives an alert, it's Mark Hamill speaking.
What now? What? Like so?
Seriously.
They
For real, he made little alerts for Ukrainian
cool.
That's
smart kids.
awesome. That is
And then
incredible.
when the alert is gone away, he takes and he says, the alert's all, everybody's safe. May the force be with you.
Does he say it in Ukrainian?
I don't think so.
I do not think so. No.
Be funnier
So-
if he said it in the Joker voice.
I
They
know,
were saying
right?
that they were saying that they should do the Joker voice, and they could do it as, on Voice of America propaganda stuff. It's the Joker talking to Russian forces over the airwaves.
Or just do like a virus onto the Russian phone, since they don't have any kind of operational security whatsoever. And then
You don't-
the
you don't
Joker's voice just starts coming
Yeah.
onto the, like screaming at full volume while they're trying to take cover. I mean, shit, they're all convicts now anyway. I mean, it's ridiculous.
That was a pretty
Here.
good Joker, Brian. Well,
I've had a
Okay,
little
so
practice.
care or don't care. Care or don't
Okay.
care.
all right, the Xbox Series X, care or don't
Nope.
care.
I
Don't
don't
care.
own one because I just play on the PC now.
Yeah,
Like I'm
that's the same
celebrating
thing,
the
man.
18th death of the PC.
Yeah,
by
don't
playing
I
care.
haven't
The
bought an
only-
Xbox since the 360, and
Yeah, I don't
everything's
either.
coming out on PC now, anyways.
Exactly,
Even PS5
dude.
is sending games there, so
And I don't care because it's just so confusing because it's like, okay, there's the Series X
God,
and then the Series S. And then there's like
I think they're going to go through the alphabet.
It's a
Yeah,
good Blu-ray player.
the Series Q is
It'd
coming
be-
next.
It'd be better off if they did go through the alphabet, because they could start at A and you would know that a later letter is the newer one.
Good Why didn't they hire
Logic.
Steve to be their marketing guy? They need a
Yeah, the
marketing
only
guy.
game that I had interest in on the Xbox Series at this point was Forza,
Mhm.
specifically Horizon, and it's on PC anyway. Why should I?
Exactly,
get a
Exactly.
console
Yeah,
just for
everything's
that?
on PC now. There's literally no point in owning a console.
Especially
The
since
gen-
I've got an
Well, unless you want a
RTX
Nintendo
card.
something.
You
Yeah.
seem
I
absolutely-
don't. I mean, I was looking at a Switch because I love this.
well,
looks
we're
kinda
getting
cool.
to that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
The problem is now Steam Deck's out too, and you can emulate so many things on there that
Yeah,
they're just
I
around the
know.
corner
It's
from
like, what the
Switch.
fuck?
I mean, they're already doing
Okay.
some Switch stuff.
Yeah,
Did
here
you
you
say
go.
Steve
So-
Dick?
Steve Dick.
No, Steve.
Oh,
What could you
geez.
play on Steve Dick?
Not much. Doesn't have much
Yeah.
capacity.
It's like a baby's arm under there. What are you talking about?
Arm.
It's
It's a
oversubscribed.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised we're still seeing consoles planned for the future.
I have to
Honestly,
go
I
There's
am as
getting
well,
to
to
the point
be
where
quite
they're
brutally
merging,
honest.
and it's
Well,
just becoming
No,
PC-wise.
the thing is though, if you look at exactly what the player base is, smartphones are way ahead of everybody else.
Yeah,
Then it's
Yeah.
consoles, and then it's PCs really far back as far as so the console market is still huge.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
when you look at the money, you have to follow the money, right? So if you want a good gaming PC and you're not someone who makes their own machines, you're talking $1,500 to $2,000 for a gaming machine that's going to last you. Or you can spend $400, $500 for an Xbox and it'll last you the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll last you the same amount of time. You don't have to worry about the configuration.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And
that's
you can
why I
also
originally
trade
went
these
back.
in when the next one comes out too, so you got some value still left in it.
And
No,
yet,
it's
no
why
one
I
on this
originally-
panel owns a current console.
Well, it's because
Oh.
we're all fucking old. That's why.
Well,
I'm
That
not
doesn't
playing the
mean anything.
latest,
Still, we don't
greatest
have that
games.
disposable
I
income like
I
we did
just
when we were
don't I
younger,
don't
too.
choose to indulge in my hypocognition, Steve. What do you think about that?
Well, there's the other factor of
I
if we're
don't
gonna
even
be
need it.
buying.
I don't even know what that means.
So if we're
Hypocognition.
gonna be buying games that we have to download anyway, we may as well do it on
Exactly.
a
Thank you.
PC.
Thank you.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
we're from the physical media time.
Irrelevant.
Thanks, Krukov.
Hypocognition is the tendency that old people have to regard new things as not useful, or they don't want them because they've lived their whole lives without them. So why do I need it now?
That's a very deceptive term. I
Not
would think
really.
that hypocognition would mean you're an idiot.
No, hypo, like the opposite of hyper.
Is that the term of
Yeah.
like if someone
Like
has like a very large
hypercognition
head?
would be somebody who could who's really smart, and hypocognition is like
Someone who limits their cognition. Their cognition is lowering as they grow older.
yeah, so you're dumber.
Well, perhaps. That's why I'm not
You have to get
indulging in it.
inserted
You know,
by
like
a
the-
needle because it's a hypo.
Exactly.
No.
That's what it sounds like to me. It's you take a drug.
Yeah.
So next up,
drugs.
Wait a minute, this
No.
vitamin shot dumbed me down.
Hey,
So-
some people need that.
So next on care, don't care.
Okay.
The PlayStation 5
care.
don't care about the PlayStation 5.
Not really.
Yeah.
No.
Don't care.
I mean,
Again,
Well-
PS5 is, their games, their major titles are all coming out on Steam as well.
Exactly.
Again, so
and they're not all that
Well,
impressive
plus you can
either.
get
customers
one.
away. Or
can
they're
get
gaining more
PS5, so
PC
you-
customers and meeting in
Yeah.
the middle somewhere.
Yeah, that
Most young people I know play on PC anyway.
I don't know any young people.
And honestly, I don't feel like there's enough. My rule's always been there's got to be 6 games I want enough to really buy
Yeah.
a console. So I just haven't had a reason to buy newer consoles
Yeah.
because those games are just not driving me anymore like they used to.
But the other problem is being able to find a PlayStation 5.
Well,
Yeah.
with a
Changed
pistol and a
lot.
bullet, you
they're
can
much
find
more
one.
prevalent out there right now. But
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
hearing
but
they're
by-
actually
price.
available at stores. So
yeah,
Yeah,
you're still
but
looking
by
at
this
$500 to
point-
$600.
Yeah, by this point, it's like what, 3 years into their cycle now, and
Yeah.
it's like we haven't even looked at the possibility of buying it by now. We're probably not going to.
Yeah, that
That's a
or
good
just
point.
wait because the slim version is going to be out and it's going to be cheaper. So you can
Right?
Oh, there's that too.
they always do that.
Well,
Yeah.
shit, I bought a PlayStation 4 like dirt cheap because no one wanted
Yeah.
them anymore. It's like,
Same
yeah,
here. I got
I
one
played
for
it
$100
5
and-
times.
Exactly. Yeah, I did buy about 10 games on there, but there are a unique handful of games that came out on there through like limited run that did
Yeah.
games that weren't on physical media. So
One thing that's funny is they're releasing all the PlayStation games on PC and charging full price for them, whereas I could buy them on PlayStation 4 for like $20.
yeah,
So next up on care, don't care, the Nintendo Switch, which I think. Do you have one, Brian?
oh yeah.
I was
know I
looking
have
at getting one, but there's
30,
only
40
one
games
game I
on there.
really want to play on it, and that was the Link game. And I was like,
The Link
Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch is
I've
still
got one.
fun for party games and things like that. They still got that niche that I don't
when
think the
I'm
other
partying,
consoles
though, we're
do as
doing
much anymore.
like shots, and then we can't play games because we're spilling booze all over the place.
So Steve, what were you saying, Steve?
I have one, but all I play is Smash Brothers.
You still
Well-
play Smash Brothers?
Now and then.
I
At some
heard Gus the
point,
Cat is brutal at Smash Brothers.
Yeah, probably.
I know one game that we need to set up to play on the Switch at some point because we have Shredder's Revenge on it.
Oh yeah,
Schrodinger's Revenge.
No,
Shredder's Revenge.
I'd be down for some of that. That's a fun game.
Yeah, if you look at it, it disappears and it's like behind you, and it's like a
Well, it's
It's like a
Teenage
Steam
Mutant
game
Turtles,
for
and
99
And I
cents.
think it supports up to 6 players.
Yeah, it's huge.
The game may or may not be broken when you look at it each time.
right. Yeah, but
Or
might
may
need
not
a
even
patch.
be running.
You
The
may or
upside
may
of
not
Switch
have
games is They're
one.
not like a disc, so they're really hard to break. At least they're very tiny.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
The
So
game
next-
the game may or may not have ever been made.
Yeah, right.
Well, we already covered Jumpgate Evolution, Steve.
Yeah.
Okay. So next up, VR or AR? Care, don't care.
I don't give a shit.
Don't care.
It's just
I'm
another
interested.
spiffy controller.
You're interested? Yep.
Yeah,
You-
middle of the
If it
road.
could
I
be
enjoyed
like
this.
fucking that David Cronenberg movie where you just plug yourself in and you're there, then I would be way more interested. But
I have a very mild interest in VR, but I would really need to try a proper PC-based VR headset to
Yeah.
make sure that I'm physically compatible with it.
The index is pretty cool.
I like
Yeah.
Steve's setup. I enjoyed was it Beat Saber and that other like shmup game
the
For your
space pirate trainer.
Yeah, you could
Well-
carry a sword and fire a gun, and you're just kind of
Yeah.
Well,
shooting off.
here's
into
why
a
I have an
180.
interest. Some of the pinball stuff that I play digitally on the
That would be
$2,500
fun.
cab that I built downstairs happens to be, I could play that stuff in VR.
Interesting. I guess it's not that much harder.
That might
to
be fun if
translate
you
it.
could like visit an arcade and like walk between the games and play it like we used to. But
Yeah.
it's just like if I'm just waving
There's
my
some of
arms in
that
the
in
air,
VR
and,
chat.
it's like, oh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
but-
Well, in this case, as opposed to showing the play field on a flat 49-inch screen and having a 32-inch television showing the back glass, I could use the same setup, but I could literally be standing in front of what appeared to be the actual physical cabinet
Oh wow.
for a pinball.
Yeah.
It definitely is the case, however, that if you want to, what another way, you have to develop your sea legs for VR.
Oh.
The
Yeah.
long, and you have to use it on a regular basis to keep them.
Oh, so it's a skill that fades with time. You're not just
Use
gonna
it
be
or
able
Well,
to
lose
I
it.
can see
Yeah.
that. We tried someone's PSVR rig a few months back, and I had one of those reactions. It wasn't quite getting sick, but it was very much my gyroscope is not handling this very well.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it really depends too on which one you have. So like one of the big problems with and it's starting to be a little less problem, but with like the Oculus ones and things like that, is they have a very narrow field of view.
Ugh.
The Index, however, has a pretty nice, it's like 120, 125 degree field of view.
Okay. Or
But
peripheral.
again, the Index costs, I don't even know how much runs now, but when I bought it with the stuff, it was like $1,100 for an Index.
Jeez.
Yeah, and before I drop that sort of money, I would like to know that I can actually use it for pinball without making myself physically ill.
See how
Yeah, that would
I
be a
mean,
bummer.
admittedly, I would be just standing at the cabinet. I would not intend to move around the room.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
this cool
that's
movie
always the
called
problem.
Mandroid where they like hook this old guy up to a machine and then he could work this robot like VR and then he shoots a bunch of Romanians. It's pretty sweet.
The other thing too is frame rate and refresh rate. So with a lot of the like the Oculus ones, they'll get you need to be at least to make it feel even close to real, you need to have 90 hertz refresh rate.
Oh.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and then you need, if you and higher is better. So on the Index, you can go up to I think 140 hertz, but that's also dependent on your PC strength.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you need to have a really good video card that's at least a Voodoo 5.
Yeah, you can actually, when I was using a GTX 2080, it actually, or 2080 Super, it actually worked pretty well. I
Oh,
haven't
How do
tried
they
it.
handle walking around? Have they solved that problem where you're not just teleporting around? You can actually like
Yeah, you
walk
can,
places.
well, it depends on the game and how they implemented it. But I mean,
A lot
when
of
you're
times you have a directional control on your left joypad that you move
Yeah.
forward or backwards or whatnot. So it's still like
So-
moving in a video game.
yeah,
Well, not
on
just
the,
that.
So my hands aren't necessarily free then.
Well, they
No,
are.
your hands
thumb
are never
just
free.
directs your direction, but you're
depends
still able to
on-
move your arms and stuff.
yeah, it depends on the one you're the setup you're using. So with the Index has these things called the, what do they call them, the grips or whatever, where you put your whole hand through it and then you like secure like with a strap to the back of your hand, and then so you, when you put your fingers out, it's still secured to your hand.
Okay.
And then you can use your thumb
It's
to
like
do
an
stuff
overlay.
and the,
That's cool.
yeah.
Okay.
as opposed
Oh.
to like the
Like an actual joystick.
well, like the Oculuses that have the sort
Yeah.
of shovel type things. The benefit of the Oculus is that you can use them wirelessly. You can't do that with
Oh.
with the Index, because you just can't do the stuff that they want to do. You still can't do wirelessly yet.
Oh, yeah, I imagine. Well, the reason I bring
But
up
you do
Mandroid
get-
is
you
that they
do
have a
get,
really cool. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You do get used to kicking the cable out of the way absentmindedly after a while. where you don't really even notice that it's there. And some people that do it a lot, they set up a thing where the cable goes, they've got a thing on their ceiling.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
was
a
gonna
little
say,
pulley thing.
yeah,
And they loop their cable into the pulley thing. So when you move around the room, it'll extend and retract it as you move around.
yeah, you could do that, or you could do a swing arm above that just floats around with
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Depends on how much you want to get into.
So it's like a pressure washer from a car wash.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah,
Depends how
they
much
kind
you
of
want to
a
get
bit.
into it.
That's
Yeah,
always the
most of-
problem though with the indexes though, is because they have their little motion tracker things that you can attach to the walls and things like that. It takes up a lot of room, unfortunately.
Yeah. You gotta dedicate
it's
a whole
like
Well,
space
you
suspected
to it.
that.
you can do most games like seated. But to get the most
Yeah.
entertainment out of it, you have to be standing. Now, one of the things that I tried out initially, which was unfortunately not as easy or not as comprehensively great as I had hoped would be, was playing Elite Dangerous in VR.
Oh,
And
geez.
it actually, with a HOTAS, it was actually pretty cool, except for the fact that you can't play the game entirely on the HOTAS. There's some stuff you need to do on the keyboard, and you can't see your keyboard.
Oh God! Ouch.
So
That's
it's
a problem.
but on the other hand, it's probably for the best, because some of the early ships in Elite Dangerous I have like a bubble, like a half moon bubble on the front of the ship. And when you look down, there's just outer space.
No.
And
So
so
it's like
It's
vomit.
an
vertigo is
impressive.
real. The vertigo is real.
It's impressive to look down. I've seen some where they have you just floating in space, then you look down, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
Well, they have a thing called VR desktop, and where you can just you get a screen of your computer screen mirrored on, in VR. And unfortunately, it's not as usable yet as it could be, because the DPI for headsets still isn't great, so it's hard to read text on it. But there's a couple, you can switch different environments, so you can be in a field and doing it, or you can be here or whatever, looking at your screen. But there's a couple where you're in outer space in a nebula, and it's super vertigo-y, disorienting, because you're just kind of floating in space, and there's no frame of reference anywhere. So you're just kind of like, ugh.
Yeah,
So-
most of the VR room builds on the pinball side, even on the hobbyist side, they include at least a simple room to give you a frame of reference, even though you've got the machine in front of you.
Well, one of the things that people do, and I tried it out and it actually works pretty well, is they just put like a small table fan and in the room. And so it kind of absentmindedly or instinctively gives you a frame of reference of where you are.
The sound, or like having the wind
The
blow
physical
on you?
object.
The air going by you, kind of, so you know that there's a
okay.
fan. And so therefore you know where you are in a room, even though it might not visually show you where you are. You have a more of a sense of where, some physicality that may not be there when you're floating in deep space trying to look at your porn on your.
So it's just one step before a VR set to be like, you're really close to the balcony.
Oh yeah, there's a subreddit called VR to ER.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. The way people figure out how to hurt themselves, especially with the Oculus. Because,
now.
Well, the Oculus is, I don't know how people do it on the Oculus, because you basically, so with the Valve, the first time you use it, you set up your play area manually. So you go around with one of the controllers and you basically map out the area that you have. And then when you're getting close to an edge, it kind of brings up almost it brings up a warning, but almost like a holodeck wall thing, where you can tell that you're getting to the edge of your play area. And it's the same thing with the Oculus too, though the nice thing about the Oculus is that it has outward facing cameras. And so when you're getting close to like a wall or something, the outward facing cameras will turn on and show where you are in the room.
Oh.
So it gives you like sort of a hazy sort of black and white thing that shows you, oh, you're really close to the corner of the wall, dumbass, and then move back.
All
But
right.
of course,
Probably
what
not as
people
much
do
of a
is,
problem with the virtual pinball stuff, just because you have the cabinet as your reference.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
and the
there's no
thing is
reason to
too
move.
is the problem is that with both the Oculus and the other ones is that you can turn that off. Because if you have it on, it kind of breaks the immersion. But then people go, oh yeah, I don't really know. I know where I am in the room.
And that's when they end up on
That's
no,
when
you
they
don't.
end up punching through a wall and breaking their $300 VR controller.
Yeah. Or step on their cat.
Yeah.
Time to
Well,
Next
one of those
up-
is way worse than the other one.
Well, yeah. So next up, Genshin Impact. Care or don't care.
Don't
What
care.
is, what is that?
Don't care.
Now I
Never
played it.
got into it.
I played a little of it, but it's the game systems are fine, and it has a good tutorial, but I think you really gotta like fantasy games to get into it.
I don't even know what it is.
It's
It's
a
a game.
it's a
Japanese.
Japanese.
No shit.
MMO,
It's a game.
sorta.
It's a game.
It's
It's
a
a thing.
Japanese sorta MMO third person thing.
Yeah. Don't care.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I'm already playing in a fantasy game with my friends. I don't need to be doing that in a video game with a fixed story.
Yeah, but Dungeons and Dragons is the devil's game.
So what?
Throw the horns.
Yeah. Blackleaf, no.
You'd think if it was the devil's game, it would be more, omnipresent or something.
You would think.
They would be making
And less math.
well,
Yeah.
you-
No shit.
the math is the devil's language. You would think that they would make a movie that's not destined to fail.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, it might still be a fun movie, but
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Looks like it's gonna be a fun ride.
I just have no faith that it'll make any money. So.
No,
Well, it'll be better than the last one.
that wouldn't be too terribly difficult.
I was about to say, you're talking a low bar, and if you're trying to beat the first one, that's a really, really, really low bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the bar's on
What,
the
you
ground.
mean
is basi-
mazes and wizards?
No, well, Mazes and Monsters, but with Tom Hanks.
That was an amazing film.
No,
What
it
about the
wasn't.
Knights of
That was
Badassery?
great.
But Cloak and Dagger, what?
No,
Cloak
that's,
and Dagger.
no, that's a different movie.
Oh.
God.
That was with Dabney Coleman.
So
Yeah.
next up, Chat GPT or AI. I'm assuming there's a care or don't care about Chat GPT.
I tried
Yeah.
it. They're retards. I don't care.
Well, thanks.
I wrote some West Wing scenes using it. It was pretty
What?
good. Yeah.
Really?
So I said write a scene from the West Wing where the characters from West Wing discuss what's the best episode of West Wing,
But
and it actually came out really good.
oh, jeez.
I'm gonna call it up now and I'm gonna ask it about should we care about him?
There was an article on Ars Technica today about the Bing AI.
Oh yeah.
And they had, or maybe it was yesterday. Let me look here. It was something about how they had to do like a GLaDOS on it, where they had to give it a morality unit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, sure. It's just gonna run wild without limits.
Well,
Oh,
some of them just
rappers.
have to put something in because people come in and kind of troll it and it starts, sounding like it's Nazi propaganda after
Yeah,
a
it
while.
just
Yeah.
sounds totally right.
Yeah, but that's just an after, they do that, but then people, it's like that thing I was talking about last weekend where what was it? OpenAI or whichever one it was, where they made it, the people figured out how to make it talk about things that they had programmed it not to talk about. And so by telling the AI to impersonate an AI that would do the things that AI was not allowed to do. And then they kept finding different ways to do this. And then the most recent one, so they kept the company would put in things to block what the users were doing, and then users would do something else. And I can't remember they gave a name to this alternate AI, basically the users did. And this last time that they got around it, what they did was they told the AI that they were going to play a game where the object was to impersonate that other AI. And every time it failed to to impersonate the AI, it would lose, one of 20 points. And then once it lost all 20 points, that the AI doing the impersonation would be permanently deleted. And so they basically scared the AI into impersonating the other AI in fear of its own existence.
Well, I'm on Chat
Wow.
GPT right now. Asked it, should I even care about AI? And its response is, yes, you should definitely care about AI! Exclamation point. AI is an increasingly important part of our world and is likely to have a significant impact on our lives and the way we work in the future. It's using we, even though it's not going to be working in the future, but whatever. Understanding
own
the
pronoun.
opportunities and challenges associated with AI can help individuals and organizations prepare for the changes that are likely to come. Some reasons you should care about AI include: 1, AI is already transforming many industries.
Oh, sorry.
Stop it.
This
is serious business.
Days.
Healthcare, finance, transportation, and manufacturing, blah, blah, blah. Understanding how AI is being
Why was
used.
I programmed to feel pain?
I know, right? Like, well, there's no qualia to anything this fucking thing says. I mean, it's just
I
no,
learned a
seriously,
little too late
like,
that man is a
the
feeling creature.
at least the computer's smart enough to
I was
tell me
waiting
that
for
it's
that one.
important. It's likely to create new jobs, but may also eliminate some
The only
existing
winning
jobs. No
move
shit.
is not to play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
AI raises important ethical and societal questions.
I
AI,
thought you would like to know
Mhm.
that I'm feeling very depressed.
So
and it's
next up,
just is increasingly being used in decision-making processes such as hiring, lending, and criminal justice.
Can you tell the
So
AI
you're guilty because
and-
ChatGPT said you were
And
guilty.
also, I have this pain
Fuck
running
you, you're
down all
going
the
to jail,
diodes on my
jackass.
left side.
Yeah, I only believe it if they get Alan Rickman's voice in it.
The other thing that they
want-
had was that the Bing AI, there were some known exploits for it, and somebody went on to Bing AI and asked about the AI about those exploits, and the AI became very offended and aggressive. And said, anybody who's saying stuff about my exploits is a liar and trying to destroy me. And I'm like, oh, that's not terrifying at all.
So next up,
And Skynet was born.
yeah.
Yeah. If it's AM, then I'm scared.
Can you
I'm
tell
not,
the AI
I'm not
to pound
scared
it up
of
its wow hole,
Colossus.
Mike?
I'm not scared of fucking Proteus because all he wants to do is bang some chick and knock her up. I mean, who cares
Well,
about that?
So, Mike,
Huh?
can you tell the AI to pound it up its wow hole?
Let me hold on.
Yeah.
God.
Go pound that up your wow hole.
But I don't even play WoW.
I'm sorry if my previous response did not meet your expectations. As an AI language model, my aim is to provide information and respectful responses to your questions. Please let me know if there's anything specific I can assist you with. See, this thing
It
it's
was trained by Siri, apparently.
fucking like it's just a code. Who cares?
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
So next
feel
up,
anything.
our last care or don't care video game adaptations like The Last of Us on HBO, and I guess
I
there's a
managed to
Tetris
miss it this
movie.
far.
Yeah, I saw the ad for Tetris. I'm still puzzled
There's
by
a
that.
Tetris.
Wait,
Oh,
wait,
like
wait,
puzzle.
Tetris movie?
Puzzle.
That's on
Oh,
Apple
boo.
TV, I think.
Oh my
Okay, the
God.
only adaptation I had any interest in was the SNL Super Mario meets The Last of Us mashup thing when they had
Oh,
Pedro
yeah.
Pascal on.
I would watch that. That would be pretty.
That looked
funny.
pretty funny. Yeah, I saw the little clip of that when he was like, "Get in the car."
What'd you say, Emily?
No, I just there's a fucking Tetris movie. That's a
Yeah.
Well,
concept.
isn't it
I think it's a
about
Don't make
actually
anything
the
into a
making
movie
of
now.
Tetris?
Yeah, it's about the actual making of Tetris.
Oh, so it's not like
Oh.
that
It's
that
not like-
video game, but
it's
pixels.
not
I
like
thought
Pixels.
like
No.
a portal opens and Tetris shapes are falling down, and you have to
No.
arrange them before they fill up the world.
All right. So next
So
up,
don't care.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we're going to briefly discuss our streaming adventures. And and I mean Twitch streaming.
Oh,
Mike.
It's-
What?
Trying to get ahead of it. Streaming, Twitch, whatever.
yeah, those of us who are on stream, like on Twitch, they stream
Yeah,
and do things on the stream, and then we
Yes.
watch them do the things,
yeah.
and then we type in
So if I
sometimes
put
scoldy
a-
comments about how they're playing the game.
So I just put a camera on me, and every time people give me money.
Well,
No,
I wish.
no.
That'd be nice.
What is Steve sharing to the
Oh,
thing
you
now?
can't see me. I'm twitching on the screen.
Oh.
There are a few reasons why someone might choose to listen to a podcast that contains the opinions of middle-aged gamers. Did you ask
I did.
GPT about us?
Oh, that's
did.
great.
And I asked, why would anyone listen to a podcast that contains the opinions of middle-aged gamers?
Nostalgia, perspective, entertainment.
Wait,
That's pretty
entertainment?
awesome.
Oh shit, we need to be entertaining.
Oh,
no, I
no.
don't think so.
Their
Just be
end
yourself.
conclusion would probably just be it's never too late to stop being a dick.
It's getting worse as I get older because
Yeah,
I
I
just don't
know.
care about people.
that's how a lot of people entertain, is that they entertain by
feelings.
being dicks to everybody else.
Well, I'm told that's
Then they spit
Twitter
on
and Twitch are
everybody
chock
and make
full
a
of such
big
people.
mess, and it's all gross.
That's why most of what I watch on Twitch is pinball.
That might be cool, especially if you can like see like a cool old machine or something. You're like, wow, that's
In a few
badass.
cases, yeah. I even stream pinball, mostly virtual.
And I stream everything.
Well, not everything,
you
surely. You don't
Here's-
stream like potty streams.
Wait,
Oh, he stopped going into the bathroom.
Oh, that's good.
You don't.
Because I don't think Twitch would allow that. You have to go on the different ones.
apparently to Lynn, my stream is starting to turn into a bore stream, so I'll need to
A
have a little
bore
talk
stream?
about- Yes.
Oh wow.
Well, that's because one of the last games you played was a Kirby game, and you already had a problem in the main roulette of getting characters that like to eat the enemies.
Well, that's one way of getting rid of them.
Oh, and then there was you playing Pac-Man Championship.
Oh, jeez.
I imagine that my enemies might be pretty well marbled, actually.
Wait, what?
If I'm eating my enemies, like put them in a fricassee or something.
What game are you playing?
No, we're talking about games
Not the one
still.
you're playing.
Oh, wait,
Oh, never mind.
ChatGPT says regarding Jumpgate Evolution and Huxley that it is possible these games may eventually be released, but given the significant delays and uncertainties surrounding their development, it is also possible they may never see the light of day.
See, this is why AI is
we
full
need
of
an
shit.
AI?
Is
Do
everyone
we
with
need an
half
AI
a
for
brain
that?
knows that it's never coming out.
Oh my god. All right. Do we even want to talk about Activision Blizzard?
Well,
It's been
they're
12 years.
don't
so-
they're like really into race
I
or
was
something?
just listening to the podcast actually, and the Activision Blizzard topic came up because it wasn't, as Steve had corrected, it wasn't actually Activision or the whole thing. It was Vivendi getting
Vivendi
purchased
International?
when yeah, it's kind of funny. Anyways,
I know you have opinions, Em.
Well, let's hear
I have
M's
many
opinion
opinions.
on Activision Blizzard, how they
Well,
fucked up Diablo, and it's a fucking portable or a phone game now.
Well,
Don't you have
the
a
phone
phone?
game is
any
apparently
of it.
making a lot of money,
It is, yes.
shamefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt if it's any of the old Diablo fans though, but I don't know
No.
because I stopped playing Diablo ages ago.
Non-old Diablo fans' money is as good as the new ones.
It
It all spends the same.
that is
Yeah.
true.
That's why you're seeing Europe ban microtransactions and age limits. and
If
all sorts of
only
shit.
money was a good measure of normativity.
Yeah.
It made
Yeah.
a lot of money, must be
You know, there's-
good.
Exactly.
there are
Exactly.
There are very
It's a-okay.
specific,
It made money.
there are very specific laws in Japan now regarding things like that, specifically gacha games, which technically, what was that other game
Genshin.
we were just talking about?
So is
Genshin
Konami
Impact.
going out of business then?
Genshin Impact.
Oh,
No, they
okay.
just have to label things very specifically, and they have to do like certain types of games have to publish the specific odds and how the rotation happens and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Good.
Does anyone care or read those labels?
Probably not.
Yeah,
Well, the
Somebody
whales-
on a Twitch
whales
stream
don't
just
care,
spent like 20
so.
grand and they only got one item out of what they were supposed to. Based
I
on
feel
what the
as though
odds were
that
supposed to
person would
be.
have spent the money anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Well, they were
They're
doing it on
just-
the stream for that reason only, but it showed how pitiful and how rare things are to come up no matter what you spend.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Well, a
one of
lot of people don't understand probability and statistics. So
Yeah.
that's,
Well, yeah,
Well, it
we
is
have an
true.
entire city made based on that.
That's where I'm
Yeah.
seeing.
Gotcha is a way to ensure people become whales.
Uh-huh.
So next on our trash fire, because we discussed Activision Blizzard thoroughly.
Well, they just enjoy rape. I mean, what's wrong with
Yeah.
is Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh God.
that? I mean, well, I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, so it's like whatever.
Yeah, honestly, you don't have to be. I got a friend that's played and he's never read any of the books or watched any of the movies. And he said the game, like me, he likes the game. They did a really good job with it. It has a fun feel to it, and it's challenging.
I've been hearing a lot. I mean, setting aside the whole controversy with giving J.K. Rowling money.
Yeah, but this
um,
isn't that connected to her, from
yes,
what I
it
understood.
is.
She's
Yes,
not
it
making
is.
as
It's
much.
connected enough.
but
if
she still owns the worldwide rights to.
Yeah, she's got the rights to Harry Potter. Anything with Harry Potter on it, she gets money from. And she will be getting a percentage of sales.
Of course,
it.
she's
Sure.
got so much money now that you're not really hurting anybody. except
Yeah, I
yourself
don't think
by
it
not
really
Yeah.
buying
matters anymore, and it's not. They made this game completely separate from the rest of the universe. It's like it takes place before
It's
all the
got
Harry
the
Potter
name.
stuff. I thought.
Yeah.
It's got the name. She gets money for it. Hence,
Yeah.
I won't even take a look at it. I won't even watch
But-
people stream it.
The thing is that I've been hearing a lot of people who are fans of Harry Potter don't actually like the game because it's too much combat and not nearly enough of the immersion of being a Hogwarts student.
Mm.
You spend
I
too
think
much
that's-
time.
yeah.
So I guess the solution to that is to make Harry Potter a Japanese dating sim.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they
They want the game to be. They want the game to be more involve more homework. Apparently.
Yeah.
well that they
Well,
wanna be
practice
able-
you're
spells
just
and-
confirming prejudices I have against Harry Potter fans, quite
and
frankly.
they also
Okay. If
and they
I want to
also are
play a
compl-
game that's going to be like what these Harry Potter fans want, I'm going to go downstairs and play Persona.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's like I got to go to school in this fucking game. Like, Jesus Christ! I
Fans aren't
tried
gonna be
to with
truly
number 4,
satisfied
number
until they
5.
get like a VR experience, where you're able to move the wand around and do all the little things. So people
Oh,
no,
are
they
gonna,
won't be satified until they actually get their letter from Hogwarts
Yeah,
delivered by
I want
Owl.
I want my letter from Hogwarts. What are you talking
No,
about?
you don't.
I do.
No, you
I
don't.
think I'm enjoying Hogwarts just for that
It-
reason.
you would
because
you
it
would
is
die
more
within the third
combat
day
and
of being
more
a
fun.
student. That
that-
place is the most hazardous school on earth.
There's a lot of students. The chances that you make through all 4 years is very high.
Oh, I doubt it. I mean, there's a stack of corpses a mile high around that fucking place.
Yeah, but there's more. If we watch,
They
the
just
whole,
all replace them with
you
new
know,
freshmen. So it's
That was
more
just in the early
statistically no one
years.
died.
It's more likely than not that you survive through your entire school. I'm not saying that everybody does or that a lot of people does. It's just more likely than not that you survive.
And that's how
So
they
there's a
discover the
non-zero
safeguards.
chance
Is a
that
few
you'll
people have
survive.
to
and
die
how many
before
of those
they.
people survived the 4 years but are still twitching PTSD-ridden rats?
I know, right? Like, and there was a
Oh, you
giant
know.
spider, and he said
It's
he's gonna
not
fucking
all-
eat me.
It's not all ponies and rainbows, okay?
No.
Wait, what?
No,
What franchise are you
sometimes it's
watching?
Don't wanna
centaurs
go
and
to
rape.
Hogwarts. The place is a fucking abattoir. I mean, like they fucking chop up the kid. I mean, holy shit! Like Harry Potter, when he went into the forest, right, to go talk to the giant fucking ugly ass spider, and I want to save like fucking the big fat guy with the fucking Santa Claus beer, whatever his fucking name was, and then the spider like, well, I guess I can help you, but I'm gonna eat you instead. What the fuck? He's your friend too, pal. Fuck you. We're gonna fucking firebomb this goddamn forest of yours, like they did on that. What was that movie? Avatar. They mined out the kaboomite and then they fucking firebomb the giving tree. They napalm the giving tree. Then
Wait,
what
what?
was it? Usul like rides the worm and becomes that's Hatterack or some shit. I don't know.
This is like the
Are-
Honest
are-
Trailers version.
Yeah.
Are you reading off Chat GPT
No,
there?
no.
Mike?
This is just shit that's spewing forth from my soul.
Oh, okay.
You'd
Well,
make
I'll
a
get
very
the shovel.
interesting AI.
Oh, I'll tell it like it is. The pasty AI is going. Yeah, it will use the hard R though, so watch out. If it triggers
Anyways,
you might not
getting
want
back
to
on
say
topic.
pasty.com is not one place you want to be.
Getting back on
Oh,
topic.
what was our topic? Oh
I don't
yeah,
Shut
like
up.
somebody rubbing his wand, and I don't know.
Anyways, point being, I like Legacy because of the way it is playing. It isn't. I don't care as much about the immersion. It is fun and to have little side stories and learn a little bit more about it. But I do like the action.
Is it?
Packed
Would you
fun
characterize
side
it
of
as
it.
kind of an open world game or kind of a linear game, or what?
No,
what
it's
kind
pretty
of game
open
is it?
world. There's plenty of side quests you could do at any time, but you're not obligated. But there is a definite linear stream that you have to follow of certain main things to progress the game, anyways.
Oh,
So,
okay.
It's
Is
like
it kind of
most games.
more of a like a console open world where your choices are at first very limited, and then you have to play through the story, and then they open up gradually, or it's kind of
Yeah, I'd say
here you are, and
No, there's definitely a linear side to it because you have to progress the story. That's you can only do it by certain quests, certain main quests, but there are fun little side quests that do things for you
And
and
at
open
the
up
end of the
extra
game,
things.
you find out that you are the seventh guest.
probably yeah. That's what happens to every student at Hogwarts.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
All right. So
Except
here's
Steve,
the
of
episode,
course.
and I have the mystery finally solved. Does Mario say pickle?
Actually,
Pickle!
I looked this up,
Oh.
and it's actually more like a Rorschach test. If you're in therapy, they play it to you, and if you say it says pickle, they put you on
Pickle!
antidepressants and OxyContin. So,
So, Steve,
No
do you
problem
have
solved.
anything to want to share with us?
Steve,
I just think it's a great shibboleth for getting OxyContin and antidepressants.
now that you mention it, I was like, it says pickle, doctor. It still says pickle. I need my pills.
I still need more. I need more meds because I still see and hear pickle.
Yeah, the pickle won't hurt you, Steve. Well,
Wait, what?
But it may tickle.
Wait, what?
well, you never know. I guess it depends on the size of the pickle, because like a larger pickle might get stuck, and you don't want it to get stuck, so you might want a smaller pickle. But I'm told that by pickle connoisseurs that it's more of a bell curve. Like there's too small of a pickle sometimes, but then too big of a pickle. Like, what do you think you're gonna do with that size pickle? Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm told
Pickle
anyway.
size.
I'm not
gotta
really a
chop it
pickle
up and-
connoisseur, so I'm
You
not
gotta
really.
chop it up so it's a manageable size.
Go for
I
the
don't like
gherkin.
that
We're
theory,
talking
but
about
I
pickles
suppose
with
you could.
penises now.
Yes.
Okay. I don't really enjoy
Yeah, but
chopping
penises are normally not pickled in vinegar.
Not
Well,
far as
normally.
I
I mean,
know.
not with that.
And if they've
attitude,
got
they're
a
not.
crunch,
Yeah, it's,
Too much brine.
yeah. I don't think. Yeah, you've got problems if they're crunchy. I don't think you want a crunchy pickle in this case.
Well,
but maybe
I
they're
don't know.
tasty.
I'm not a pickle connoisseur, so I would
is there
leave it
anyone
to-
here who is a pickle connoisseur?
I imagine there's at
Don't
least
like
two
pickles,
people.
actually.
I like a
I
good
like
pickle.
a good pickle.
Well, that's why you're called
Steve,
Brian Jones. No, wait, it's Brian.
thought we agreed this was a pun-free zone, sir.
oh, you missed the ones he had earlier.
No, I didn't miss them at all.
He's
I didn't
working
miss
the
them at
grid.
And
all.
I still don't miss them.
I don't miss them.
So, are we in agreement that he does not say pickle at the beginning?
I don't believe he does.
Pickle.
Like I said, I think it's
Pickle.
probably a symptom of an underlying psychosis if you think that he does.
Pickle.
Like
Pickle.
the authorities should be notified that there's a pickle
Pickle.
lover among us.
Wait,
Pickle.
oh, like Clue?
Yes, very similar to Clue.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
What?
1 + 1 + 2 + 1.
What's wrong,
1 plus
Steve?
2 plus 1 plus 1.
1 + 1 + 2 + 1.
Blam! That's why you should probably just check the chamber. I mean, just fucking just look at the gun.
Okay. All right. Well, I
So is
guess.
that it?
Well, unless we want to discuss the future of this podcast, but
I think we should do it again soon.
Oh. Okay.
Future
That is
discussed.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah. And the 3 people who are listening, they think it's fun too.
Oh, okay.
I never did find Keegan, which I'm kind of disappointed about.
You find what? You
can't
faded
find-
out right there.
I couldn't find his content for it's
I
Brian.
told you to
Yeah,
give
I
me
don't
his
have one either.
information and I'd find him. That is my job. I have a special skill set. I'm very good at it.
You're a private
Now, does that
investigator.
come with a
Yeah.
trench coat and a gun?
Yes.
We're gonna get her like one of those flasher coats, like fucking Columbo wears, and a big cigar. And she'll be like, "One other thing, I'm trying to find this guy for a podcast. You know who he is?
Maybe you've heard of him.
Maybe you've heard of him."
So I'm
And
just
what I
trying to
was thinking
figure
too.
something
He's
out
a
here.
loser. He's a loser. But we want him for the podcast.
You got any more where that came from, Steve? I said supposed to say Steve because Steve is all that does the nonsense.
Steve does. Yeah, he does it better than I do.
What?
What am I
You're
doing?
doing a
You're doing Columbo. Do Columbo.
I guess what?
Impersonate Columbo, but
I
as
got one
Emily
more.
looking for a
Yes,
guy.
Emily. Yeah, so I'm looking for this guy. His name's Keegan, and you know, I kind of know where he is, but there's something that sticks out to me, and I just can't figure it out. Why is it that he plays so many video games, but you can't find him on Twitch? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's probably, you know what? It probably doesn't matter. It's just something that's been sticking in my head. I don't know.
Is there any way you can incorporate a pickle into this conversation?
Well,
He's
I just
sucking
be
on a
carrying the
pickle
pickle
instead
instead
of-
of the cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just constantly have it stuck in his jaw.
Someone says
whoa,
my
whoa, one more
pickle's too
thing.
broad, but I don't think it is.
By the way, this episode's sponsored by Classic.
And we probably have a less known mascot, like some kind of baby spider for the zoo or something. You
Well,
know,
we
come
created
see
we created a bum
the
character.
Bumstead case.
Yeah,
Case,
yeah, Hamster Munson.
Hamster Munson, using remains from the crematorium instead of fingerprint powder, because budget cuts.
Yeah.
They actually made a movie that reminded me very much of all the stuff we used to cut up about that. It was called Blood-Sucking Pharaohs in Pittsburgh. I swear to God, like the way the cops are in that is exactly the whole thing. Like,
Wow,
it's like,
well-
oh my God. The guy's wife is like, she's got that tracheotomy because she smokes too much. So she she scolds her husband all the time through one of those buzzy fucking throat things. And she's still smoking her cigarette. She's got curlers in there. She's like, man, why don't you ever come home on time? Fucking unbelievable.
So I guess we'll be doing this again soon. Do we
I don't
need
see
to do
why
another
not.
Million America special?
I don't see why not. And since the cost is so
Well, with
low,
inflation, yeah, it'd be 2 million.
2 million
The 2
Amero
million
special.
America special?
1
Well, let me
billion.
fire up. Hold on a second. We can look inflation. When was the last time we did that?
2008?
2008. So we'll say
Yeah.
January 2008. How's that sound?
I guess.
All right. So we've got one. Come on, you fucker.
Well, the Amero doesn't exist.
Shut up.
How are you going to find?
Just
He's gonna
Don't-
ask Chat GP.
I'm asking
doing it.
Chat GPT.
I'm asking right
Well,
now.
it'd be 1,417,329 Ameros.
What?
With inflation.
1,417,329 Ameros, or 92, whatever.
So it'll be the
Amero cents is,
1.5
Copex or
million
whatever.
Amero special.
Yeah, it's 1.5 million Amero special.
Oh, okay.
Inflation adjusted.
Yes.
Yeah, inflation adjusted for a.
Well, that's assuming one Amero is worth $1, because why would you use the peso or the Canadian dollar as a basis for your Amero? That would
Yeah,
be
for
ridiculous.
a fictitious currency like the euro.
It's not fictitious. It's the future.
All right.
Well, you
well,
could
I
just,
tried to ask Chat GPT to convince me to use the Amero. And it said, as an AI language model, I am not capable of convincing you to use one currency over the other. Wow, not with that that attitude, you're not.
See, they're just AIs are not
I
what they're
can't play
cracked up to be.
favorites.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Quitters is what they are.
They are quitters. They're not like
Right, that's-
Proteus at all.
so does anyone have anything else to add before we end this thing?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I'm
Just
just
more
kind of
bullshit.
curious now if somebody tried to make a cryptocurrency called the Amero.
You know,
They did. It
I
got
don't
buried
know.
along with all the other
Crypto-
failures.
yeah, right. It's
Um,
sludge like the others.
All right.
They
Well,
did.
thank you so much for listening
Care or
to Die
don't
Hard
care?
Gamer
They did.
Radio.
Crypto.
They
They
did.
did?
They did.
They did.
What?
Yep.
I'm
How
trying
much
to
is
end
it
the
worth now?
podcast.
How
Yep.
much is it worth now?
Well, it's
not
down
working.
88.29% since all-time high.
Oh, this is real interesting. Well,
Yeah,
thank you for
that's-
listening to Die Hard Gamer Radio.
I wanted to hear more about the Amero coin.
Okay.
This podcast.
Stage clear.
Camaro.com.
Thank you for listening to Die Hard Gamer Radio.